What happens to you if you do the right thing in the Trump administration? What happens to you if you're a federal prosecutor who admits the truth in court when Trump is president? You get placed on leave. Justice Department places attorney who struggled to explain Maryland man's deportation on leave. A Justice Department attorney who struggled in court on Friday to explain the Trump administration's deportation of a Maryland man to El Salvador has been placed on administrative leave, a department official said. At the hearing, the government attorney, Erez Ravini, expressed frustration over not having information the judge was seeking in the case of the deported man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, and made clear he was not getting much help from his superiors. My apology, that is worded incorrectly in the story, obviously. Garcia should not have been removed, he said, adding that he didn't know why Garcia was ever arrested. I am also frustrated that I also have no answers for you on a lot of these questions, he said. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a statement following the news that Ravuni had been placed on leave, quote, "At my direction, every Department of Justice attorney is required to zealously advocate on behalf of the United States. Any attorney who fails to abide by this direction will face consequences." Ravini, and once again, I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The action caps off another week of friction between the judicial branch and the Trump administration, which some judges have blasted for its litigation tactics. When asked Friday by U.S. District Judge Paula Zinnes if he had any evidence that showed why Garcia was arrested, Ravini said, "The absence of evidence speaks for itself." He added, the government made a choice here to produce no evidence. When asked by Zinnes why the U.S. couldn't, practically speaking, get Garcia back into the U.S., Ravuni said he had the same question. He said that when the case landed on his desk, the first thing I did was ask my client the same question. I have not yet received an answer that I find satisfactory. Garcia was deported to an infamous El Salvador prison on March 15th. He is a protected legal resident and had been living in Maryland since 2011. In court filings Monday, the government said Garcia was deported due to an administrative error. Garcia filed suit last week demanding to be returned to the U.S., but Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem argued that the government does not have the authority to demand Garcia, who was originally from El Salvador, be returned. So that's what happens in the Trump administration when you tell the truth. You get placed on leave, probably just before you get fired.